The second trailer just dropped for Christopher Nolan's upcoming summer blockbuster Tenet, and as anticipation builds for this movie that is shrouded in secrecy, I'm going to get you up to speed on 4 things you need to know about this espionage action thriller, including how Tenet will decide the future for the rest of the summer blockbuster season, so stay tuned. The movie is loaded with high-caliber talent. Christopher Nolan has packed the movie to the brim with an excellent cast, such as John David Washington playing the lead, 3 Harry Potter alumni who are Robert Pattinson, Clémence Poésy, and Kenneth Branagh as Tenet's Russian terrorist, as well as Nolan's frequent collaborator Michael Caine, who has been in 8 of the filmmaker's movies. But one of Nolan's frequent collaborators that will not be returning in Tenet is composer Hans Zimmer, who had to respectfully decline since he's busy working on the Dune remake. But in his place is Ludwig Göransson, who worked on Marvel's Black Panther, Childish Gambino's This Is America, and the Star Wars series The Mandalorian. Tenet's plot still remains a mystery. Christopher Nolan has taken every effort to keep his story under wraps, even going so far as to have some of the cast kept in the dark about the story details. Nolan's go-to actor Michael Caine was only given the parts of the script that had his lines on them, and he reportedly still didn't even understand what the movie was about after shooting had ended. For Robert Pattinson, who has a much larger role in the movie, was only allowed to read the script in a locked room provided to him by the studio. The second trailer that just dropped only shed a little bit of light on the vague storyline, by pointing out that the narrative is about the inversion of time, or time bending if you will, and not about time travel like many have believed since the first reveal trailer. So as usual, you should be prepared to have your perceptions of reality challenged, as we've come to expect from most of Christopher Nolan's latest work. Tenet is Christopher Nolan's riskiest project to date. Nolan's upcoming project is one of his most expensive movies he's ever made, coming in somewhere around $205 million, which is second only to the $250 million budget of 2012's The Dark Knight Rises. It makes sense that Tenet is his first project in 8 years to raise the stakes that high, because it is a quintessential summer blockbuster by being filmed on IMAX and globetrotting across 7 different locations, including Denmark, Estonia, India, Italy, Norway, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Most movie studios wouldn't bet this big on an original screenplay, especially in the COVID-19 world we find ourselves in today. But Nolan has done extremely well to earn the goodwill of Warner Bros. Studios by writing, producing, and directing some of the most critically and commercially acclaimed movies of the past 2 decades. Tenet will decide the future for the rest of the summer releases. All eyes in Hollywood are on Christopher Nolan's espionage thriller, and according to IMAX CEO Richard Gelfond, Nolan is pushing harder than anyone to get theaters reopened for Tenet's debut, instead of opting for a digital-only release. This doesn't really come as a surprise, since the famous director is known for his old-school filming techniques, like shooting on film instead of relying on digital cameras, and relying upon practical effects for his action set pieces instead of CGI. However, due to the safety regulations imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic, many summer blockbusters like Disney's live-action remake of Mulan, the new SpongeBob movie, and Wonder Woman 1984 have all pushed back the release dates to later on in the summer, hoping for social distancing regulations to allow moviegoers to safely return to theaters. But all the while, Tenet has stood its ground with its original release date on July 17, 2020, setting itself up to be the guinea pig to reveal if people have any interest in returning to the movie theaters if given the chance. Would you go see Tenet or any other movie this summer if theaters reopen? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe and check out other amazing content on the channel to keep discovering more fun facts about your favorite films.